Welcome everyone, Farmer Cop here. This is going to be the top 10 mods of the week. Every mod we're going to talk about is going to be for all platforms, and I tried to choose the best of the mods in terms of the rating and how many people actually downloaded them. Some of these are a little bit lower rated than I typically would like to have in the top 10 mods, but we just haven't been getting a ton of mods as we're getting ready for Farming Simulator 25 to release here in just a couple of weeks. So yeah, but let's go ahead and take a look at the mods that did come out and some of the good ones here, which there are truly some good ones this week, don't get me wrong, but I'm just giving you kind of the FYI there. There's just not a ton. So yeah, let's go ahead and dive into it. For number one this week, we have the Swedish Road Sign Pack. This is by Fiat M123, 3.96 megabytes to download for all platforms, currently rated 4.7 out of 5 stars, with 23 people having rated it. There is just 102 possible different signs in here. You can have warning for road work, recommendations for lower speeds, one-way street signs, speed limit signs from 10 to 120 kilometers per hour, and there's a ton of different stuff there. It says the signs can be lifted using different methods, either a big bag lifting hook, pallet forks, or the super strength mod. So you will need one of those to lift those if you want to move these around. So that's the one thing that's a little bit frustrating, because if you're on console and you want to easily move these around, you might have to use like pallet forks or something. But they're $250, euros or pounds, depending on what you have for your currency to buy. And you can either do, and a lot of them had different configurations for how they're set up too. You can kind of change the signs a little bit individually. And then each of the signs has the option for the large concrete block, which you can see on the sign on the left-hand side. And then you can also see the small concrete block on the far right side. And then again, a repeat of them in the middle. But yeah, pretty cool little sign pack. So there you go. For number two this week, we have the Dolbi DX2142. This is by Dolbi EJD Modding ARG, 37.13 megabytes to download for all platforms, currently rated 4.9 out of 5 stars, with 100 people having rated it, and rightfully so. Now, these are direct drill seeders. There's two in the pack. There's one that has a 6.7 meter working width, and this one that I have out in front of you is a 10 meter working width. So this is the bigger one. They're just cool. You pull them from the front, get them out wherever you need to go, and then you unfold them and get to work. And they are, again, a direct drill, so they're super cool. They are quite expensive, I will say that. The small one is $165,000, and the big one's $185,000. Now, the power requirement for them is a little bit much as well. So though, if you're going to run them at 15 kilometers per hour or 9 miles per hour, it does recommend 210 horsepower for the small one and 270 horsepower for the big one. So you're going to need a fair amount of horsepower, not a ton, but definitely a decent sized tractor. They can hold between 2,150 liters of seed and 3,224 liters. And then fertilizer, you can do 2,150 to 3,224 as well. So they will seed and fertilize at the same time, which is also really handy. But yeah, really cool looking seeders. So make sure you guys check these out. And moving on to number three, there are a couple things this week for the John Deere fans out there. This is the John Deere 110-112 round fender. This is by Swedish Modding. It's 11.83 megabytes to download for all platforms. Currently rated 4.8 out of 5 stars, with 64 people having rated it. This does have options for the wheels. You can add also a 3-point hitch, which I put on the back of this one as well. And you can change the engine horsepower up to 12 horsepower from 8 horsepower if you want to. And that's the difference between the 110 and the 112. It does cost $1,480 starting price. And then you can also buy a cutting deck, which is currently attached to this guy, for $590 if you wanted to do a little bit of mowing, which is pretty cool as well. So if you need a little yard tractor or something to do some stuff around the yard in your farm, this might be just what you're looking for. Definitely nothing too crazy, obviously. It doesn't have a lot of horsepower, but still a cool little tractor. Moving on to number four, we actually had quite a few tractors this week, and this is another one of those tractors. This is the Fiat Universal 650. It's by Hispano Modding. It is 67.37 megabytes to download for all platforms, currently rated 4.6 out of 5 stars, with 58 people having rated it. There are a ton of different configurations for this. There are engine configurations. There's a real one and an unreal one. You can change the tires around to different brands and configurations. You can have wheel fenders, window tinting, front work lights, optional enclosed cab or not, optional front weights. You can put front loader attachments on these, adjustable rear view mirrors. You can adjust the main color, the design color, the roof color, seat and wheel colors as well. There's all sorts of configurations, and there's more than 100 colors to choose from as well. So again, there's also a 2-wheel drive and a 4-wheel drive version, and you can kind of customize each of those however you want. The one you see on your screen is obviously the 2-wheel drive version. The 4-wheel drive would have a little bit more aggressive tires in the front there to be able to actually do some work with it. But yeah, pretty cool little Fiat tractor. This is the Fiat Universal 650 by Hispano Modding. And moving on to yet another tractor, we have for number 5, the Valmet 6400. This is by Oscar8599 and Greenland Farming. It is 17.77 megabytes to download for all platforms, currently rated 4.5 out of 5 stars, with 63 people having rated it. This has a starting price of $80,000 to buy, power of 100 horsepower, and it runs at 40 kilometers per hour, which is about 26 miles per hour, I believe. You can configure the wheels, radiator cover, beacon lights, working lights, warning triangle, front guard, front loader, main body color, bonnet top color, grille color, and exhaust color, in addition to all sorts of other things. So very customizable tractor. So if you're a Valtra guy or a Valmet guy, this is kind of perfect for you. So there you go. That's the Valmet 6400. All right, moving on to number 6, we have a map. This is Millstown or Millstown? Yeah, Millstown by Money Digs. It's 263.09 megabytes to download for all platforms, and is currently rated 4.6 out of 5 stars, with 100 people having rated it. And maps typically get rated a lot harsher, so 4.6 out of 5 stars is a pretty high rating for a map, to be honest. This is a really cool American map, and it's one of 6 maps that was released this last week. We had 6 maps a week is kind of what we're at right now, which is crazy with the new game so close to us. But anyhow, what you're seeing on your screen is part of my map tour for Millstown. And if you wanted to check out the full thing, I'll leave a card up on your screen right now so you guys can check that out. But it is a really cool American map, and honestly, it's really well detailed, and I love the look of it, and honestly, I would love to play on it. So I think a lot of you guys would really enjoy it, so make sure you guys go check it out. Moving on to number 7, we have the MAN 19322 with sliding curtain. This is by Black Sheep Modding. It's 20.27 megabytes to download for all platforms. Currently rated 4.7 out of 5 stars, with 209 people having rated it. It does cost $85,000 to buy. It has 322 horsepower. You can have it with the side curtain configuration right here, and you can also have it scaled down to have just kind of a flat bed. And the big key thing here is you can put the forklift on the back, so you can attach that to the back if you would like to. That is a separate mod which will download automatically if you install this, or at least if you go to load into a game, it'll make you download that mod. So if you wanted to use the forklift, it'll put it in there for you. And then I can't remember the name of that mod pack. It's not listed actually on the mod hub. When you look at this, it doesn't have any required mods lifted, but it is the Palfinger forklift is what it's called. So I don't know if there's any other Palfinger forklift mods, but at least download the one that it says you're supposed to. So there you guys go. That is the MAN 19322 with sliding curtain. And for number 8, I did say there was something else for you John Deere fans out there. We have the John Deere 9R Series 2015. This is by Dints and STX Farms. It is 21.49 megabytes to download for all platforms, currently rated 4.8 out of 5 stars, with 58 people having rated it. There's a ton of configurations here. You have the regular version of it and the US version, which I have the US version out in front of you. So you can kind of choose which one of those versions, and then from there you can customize it however you'd want to. There's a ton of different stuff you can configure on it, from the front mounts, back attachers, you can add a Starfire, side panels, mirror configuration, light configuration, exhaust configuration, and so much more. Starting price is $346,000, and this is the model year from 2015 to 2021, if you're wondering, and it drives at 40 kilometers per hour, and it has between 407 and 670 horsepower. So a nice, very powerful tractor, perfect for pulling that cedar earlier. Actually, this might even be a little too much. You probably need something a little bit smaller, but this would definitely do the trick. So there you go, the John Deere 9R Series 2015. For number 9, as we get close to wrapping up, we have the Krone Big X series. This is by Christy136. That's 40.92 megabytes to download for all platforms, currently rated 4.9 out of 5 stars, with 49 people having rated it. This does have the Krone Big X in it, as well as several attachments. I have the corn chopper on it here now. There's also a mower, a pickup, and a few other things in there as well to keep you busy and keep you doing what you need to do. So really cool pack, a really cool pack for you guys doing like kind of silage work and that sort of thing. So make sure you guys check it out. All right, and for number 10, last but certainly not least, we have the Metal Buildings Pack. This is by Ecus, and Ecus does amazing work, so anything that is done by Ecus is pretty much golden. So this is going to be no exception to that rule. This is 56.07 megabytes to download for all platforms, currently rated 4.9 out of 5 stars, with 32 people having rated it. This does have 4 buildings in the pack. The one you're seeing out in front of you is the workshop, $95,000 to buy. It has roller doors, it has an office in it, and a workshop function in it as well. What I really like is it has a kind of a carport on the left-hand side there, which I thought was kind of unique. There's also a shed in it, which is $55,000 to buy, a big storage facility, which is $90,000, and then a garage that is $75,000. The outside lighting is automatic at night, and you can turn on and off the inside lighting as you wish. But still, a very cool pack. And with that, that is, as you guessed, our top 10 mods of the week. If you guys enjoyed, please drop a like down below. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button up on the screen to join the Farmer Cop channel, and turn your notification bell so you don't miss any future videos I may post. This has been Farmer Cop, guys. Thank you guys so much for coming and watching. I'll see you guys again next week.